SMT Nation, we back. Nation, Verizon is doing huge upgrades. State level, city level. I've got that all for you here in today's video. Let's get you up to speed on what's going on with their network as they are modernizing and increasing capacity. That's going to benefit both the mobile user and also more and more people getting access to the 5G home internet to replace their crappy cable, coaxial, or DSL. All right, so before I get into the contents of this video, just a reminder that if you enjoy the content on the videos and you appreciate what the channel puts together here, you could support us by buying us a coffee. Link will be in the description. Also in the description is the real SMT Mint Mobile partnership link. Use that link, unlock savings. Guys, they're just about to start running this new promo. In fact, it's active right now. All their plans that you see pictured on the screen are going to be $15. So the 5 gig, the 15 gig, the 20 gig, the unlimited plan, all of them are now going to be $15 per month. So if you're looking for a new unlimited plan that's going to save you tons of money, all right, go with that, right? Their unlimited plan, $15 per month. So let me show you guys how this works. All the plans shifting to $15 per month increases the value tremendously. All right, so if I was to recommend a service, you guys know that we partnered with Mint Mobile for a reason. This promotion, which they call the deflation promotion, allows them to bring you great value and get away from all the excuses and all of the claims by all the companies that pricing is going up and they're raising pricing. Mint is giving you a better value. And don't forget, they do offer the legendary customer care that you just can't find or match in the wireless industry. So folks, check them out. Use our unique partner link. Save money. You'll be helping out the channel. All right, so transitioning back over to the news. All right, Verizon is upgrading the network at a large scale in Orlando. We know what's been going on in Florida. All right, Florida is a huge market, right? They've experienced incredible growth. So the carriers have been smacked in the mouth, right? They've been shocked having to deal with capacity constraints. Verizon is responding. All right, so the upgrades in Orlando include 2 pieces. Okay, they got the 5G Ultrawide, obviously, but what they're doing in Orlando includes both the mmWave frequencies, which is the ultra fast connectivity, right? Basically a cheat code for capacity. And they're also doing it with C-band. So this is great. This gives you that broad, extended range, C-band reach and indoor coverage along with the mmWave. So when you're outside and, you got tons of people congregating at places like Universal Studios and other theme parks and things like that, it gets you covered with incredible capacity. All right, now the thing I want to note here is they are going to be using 60 megahertz of C-band, right? That lets you know the channel bandwidth. You will be seeing those channels deepening starting the end of the year, or possibly they could be early clearing through satellite operators. For those of you that don't know, C-band used to be an operation of satellite. So satellite operators have to repack it for use terrestrial cellular, right? So that's what kind of like Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile are waiting on. But in places like Castleberry, University Boulevard, the Summerwoods area, all these different places listed here, you're going to see a tremendous capacity improvement. And all these modernizations are going to make the network just that much more better. And I've heard people complain about Orlando, Florida, with respect to capacity constraints and it being congested. This is going to help big, and nobody does it better with those 2 assets, mmWave and C-band, like Verizon. So that's Orlando, but there's more. Okay, Ann Arbor, they're seeing the same type of treatment. All right, we're seeing C-band and we're seeing mmWave. The thing about Ann Arbor is, it's one of the bigger markets in Michigan, obviously. You've got the university there. All right, so all of this makes sense. Looking at the locations in specific, it says here from Pratt Road to Park Ridge Drive, Stonebridge Golf Club, just to name some of the locations. But again, we're seeing 60 megahertz of C-band. We're seeing mmWave as part of this. So this is very welcome to these fine folks as well. Remember, mobility experience and 5G home internet become options. The next city that was listed was Columbus, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think the article states 96% of the people in Columbus now have access to 5G service from Verizon. All right, so they mentioned the Ohio State campus area, Whitehall, Blacklick, Clintonville, just to name some of the locations. But they're giving them the mmWave and C-band treatment. Looking at the C-band bandwidth, it does say 60 megahertz with more to come by the end of the year, right? Because they're going to get the rest of that clearance of that spectrum. They're going to get the rest of the A block back from AT&T, and they'll get B block cleared from satellite. Okay, now these were just cities that were listed, right? But there's more, right? There's an additional one here from San Jose. It looks like it's the same thing, mmWave, C-band. They mentioned locations in Trimble Road, Highway 101, Lafayette Street, Camden Avenue area in southern San Jose. These are just some of the areas. mmWave and C-band both being part of these upgrades. All right, so that's good to see for those folks. And I think people have complained about San Jose before. So that means they've got those areas checked off with more spectrum coming. Now, the big ones, the ones that I think a lot of people probably care about, are state level, because people obviously don't just stay in one city. They move around. So Wisconsin also getting the treatment. All right, so the news out of Wisconsin. Okay, we see Eau Claire, Appleton, Monticello, Gays Mills, Clayton, Hartford, Newburgh, Fredonia, Oshkosh, Kenosha, all these different cities included in the state announcement. And what's nice about this one, while it doesn't mention specifically mmWave, it does mention something interesting about the C-band. C-band in some of these locations are going to be getting the 100 megahertz of C-band clearance, or C-band spectrum, I should say, which means that's the 60 megahertz of the A block, which Verizon has been using, plus an additional 40 megahertz of spectrum. And I think what Verizon is going to do here, that's going to be just a single channel, right? That'll be a single channel of 100 megahertz bandwidth, which can offer tremendous throughput. Remember, all these locations that I've identified here and found these announcements, they're getting 10 gig fiber backhaul circuits. So this is huge. This is going to be big time capacity, right? These are the same mass scale upgrades we saw T-Mobile do when they got their spectrum from the Sprint acquisition. So Wisconsin residences will be getting lit up across the state. Here's Verizon also dropping the news on Illinois, and this one's Champaign, Peoria, Bloomington, Decatur, Springfield, Salem. The list goes on and on. But residents of Illinois, same type of thing here. I see the 100 megahertz of spectrum in multiple Illinois markets. I know Ohio was listed last week. You guys saw the news on that. I brought that to the channel. But we're seeing more bandwidth, more 10 gig fiber circuits. This is what Verizon is good at, folks. Verizon does the networking thing. That's their specialty, right? This is what they do. Now, other things, plans, costs, those types of things, it's a different discussion. But when it comes to scaling these upgrades, Verizon is spending the money. And we're going to see more spectrum coming to market, going to go on air by the end of the year. Expect more announcements. This is why I like the Verizon News Center. Verizon gets to communicate the most important thing that they claim is to their business is the network. So they're communicating it openly and telling us where the upgrades are happening, what those upgrades look like, and where customers can benefit from them. So we got Illinois, we got Wisconsin, we got San Jose, Columbus, Ann Arbor, and Orlando, all places that needed the upgrades, and they're getting it at a mass scale in a big way. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.